I'm back. It's only been 10 minutes for me, but it's probably been a few days for you all. Did you enjoy your little break in between the question and answer arcs? Well, I hope you did, because I just want to get right into beginning episode 5 right now, because oh my god, episode 4 left off so well that I just want to play at least one chapter of episode 5 right now. So without further ado, let's begin episode 5, End of the Golden Witch. Oh? Good morning. Please enjoy the new game with its new game master. I say that, but the game has already reached its climax. The culprit has been cornered, and merely awaits chatmake. I am sure there will be something you can spot from this clearer perspective. The difficulty is fairly easy. What could possibly fool you now? Probably a lot of things, now that you mention it. Now that you mention it, probably a lot of things can mess with me. And there's a new game master? Wait, why is there a new game master? I thought it was going to be Beatrice. Well, there's only one way to find out. There's only one way to find out. Jumping right into it. Oh man. Oh man. I am at the answer arcs now. 10 minutes after I finished the question arcs, I've jumped right into this. Oh, wait a second. Oh, crap. Oh no, wait. Did they yell at me? I didn't mean to. Hold on. I thought I downloaded it. Hold on. Barrage Coordinator. Oh. Okay, wait a second. They yelled at me. Hold on. I thought I bought it. Hold on. Let me pause this recording real quick. Let me just double check if I bought it or not. Oh shit. Alright, so I think they yelled at me because I didn't download it before, going off to play it while, I was in the, mod. When I was in the mod, I went to play it, but I forgot to download it after buying, and I think that's why they yelled at me. And yes, I confirm, Mikhail, which is my account, now owns this game. So, yes, I am just confirming, just to clarify, that I do own this game, and I just made a mistake before, I made a mistake in the video before. That was the question arcs of Umineko. Yep. I don't know why I pressed that. I was just curious. Oh wait a second. What am I doing? Oh wait, no, I haven't bought the question answer arcs. Hold on. Wait a second. Oh no, I made a mistake. Fuck. Oh no, did it actually work? Oh my god, it worked! No, wait, no! Did it actually? No! Wait! I haven't bought the answer arcs! Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that yet! I need to clarify this. I'm sorry. Alright, let's try this again. Alright. I have confirmed with myself, and hopefully the game will now confirm that I do own the answer arcs. I downloaded it, so, okay. I downloaded it, so they shouldn't yell at me. But if they yell at me again, that's probably because I downloaded it. Okay, I have it. I own it. It's on my computer. I just showed proof of it. So I think that message is there because I started the answer arcs before, actually buying them. But no, I own them. Barrage Coordinator. Alright. Alright, let's just begin episode 5 now.
殺したらそなたが歪めるだろうその表情が楽しいからの他に何の理由が必要なのかほら目をつむらずにちゃんと見ろよほら
I don't understand what's going on here, but I like it.
魔法だよ家具だよそなたがどんなにわらわや魔法の存在を否定しようともほら悪いなバトラー結構面白かったぜ
Oh, is this just all the new games going on all at once. Like, it's just showing how many games they played in the meantime.
しかしお師匠様の言う通りにしてみたんだが本当に結構いいとこまで行けたな。なんでもツンツンと残虐を尽くした後に程よくへたれて出れてみせると好感度ってやつが大幅アップするんだろ。
Wait, isn't this the end of episode 3? Whoa. Voiceless. That lonely tone was the sound of the desolate wind blowing by. The color of the glittering flower petals on the rose bushes was that of gold. The group of gold butterflies, which had once danced through this garden, through this golden rose garden. Let me repeat that one more time. Sorry, I got shook up at the beginning of this video. I got shook up at the beginning of this video by accidental pirating. I can't believe I'm saying that. By accidental pirating. The group of gold butterflies, which had once danced through this golden rose garden, like fluttering rose petals, could no longer be seen anywhere. The master of the Golden Land is the Golden Witch, Beatrice. She could be called inhumane and cruel, arrogant and outrageous, and also naive and simple. That laugh of hers, which lost its grace more and more the longer it continued, could no longer be heard. The Golden Witch, Beatrice, sat like a doll, resting in a decked chair adorned as beautifully as the golden rose garden. She wasn't relaxing there. Empty-eyed, never responding to any questions, and yet still not permitted to sleep. Beatrice was sitting there as if she was a doll. Her hair was down, and Virgilia was carefully fixing it up with a comb. If Beatrice had been complaining about this and that regarding her hairstyle, then it would have been clear that she was the usual Beato. However, she gave no responses and showed no reactions. So instead, it only looked like Virgilia was combing the golden hair of a large doll. Alongside them, there was a table. On it was a chessboard, along with a mix of black and white pieces in an all-out battle. However, something about this setup looked different from normal chess. It might have been a game similar to chess, but not identical. On the other side, sitting back in his chair as he contemplated his next move, was a young man. No, perhaps he wasn't thinking of his next move. Every once in a while, he would change the positions of the pieces, reconsidering the situation each time he changed it. Maybe he was reconstructing previous games, trying to discover the thought process behind those moves. In the past, Kinzo, the Ushirimiya family head, once likened studying chess games to taking a journey through the thoughts of the old masters. I'm gonna repeat that line one more time. In the past, Kinzo, the Ushirimiya family head, once likened studying chess games to taking a journey through the thoughts of the old masters. Ushirimiya Balor was on a journey in the search of the Golden Witch's thought process, which had led her to create these arrangements and make these moves. Balor took a black piece, which he had only just moved forward, and returned it to its original place, sighing deeply. Balor's pieces were white. However, on that chessboard, the side facing Balor was Black's territory. He was stepping through the game from Beato's perspective.
お前の指し手はやればやるほどに理解できねえぜ。
Even Balor didn't expect that Beato would respond to that statement. No, he was still holding on to the hope that there might be a chance of her responding, and had only made it sound as though he was talking to himself. Oh, that must be Beato with her hair down. Beato's eyes reflected nothing, and her mouth told nothing. After begging him to kill her, the Golden Witch had become a corpse which had given up on living. She wasn't sleeping. She was forbidden to step down from this game, and therefore, sleep was not permitted. So she must have heard. However, his words probably hadn't reached her heart. The Golden Witch would no longer sneer about his moves, nor would she praise them or belittle them. The Uchichi was no longer anything more than a living doll. Even so, she would glance at him every once in a while. It would be an empty glance, but a glance nonetheless. Sometimes, she would seem to make some sort of gesture or even move her lips. However, her movements were never able to communicate anything to Balor.
どうやったらこの局面でこの指し手になるわけだ。わけがわからねえんだよ。お前の指し手はよ。
ベアト、バトラ君が話しかけていますよ。
なんとか言えよ。クスクスとかゲラゲラとか、いつもの黄色い笑いでいいから。
It seemed unbelievable. That shrill laugh of Beato's would never be heard again. However, even if she couldn't answer, his voice was surely reaching her. Balor was talking to her because he believed this. So he said the same thing one more time.
どうやったらこの局面でこの指し手になるわけだ。わけがわからねえぜ。お前の指し手はよ。
この子の考えることはわけがわかりませんか？
Vergilia answered in her decisive stead. I'm gonna repeat that. I'm sorry. I've been reading for the past 5 hours, but I just want to keep on playing, so if I mess up a little bit, I do apologize for that. Vergilia answered in her decisive stead. Up to this point, she had done her best to avoid speaking for Beato. After all, there was a chance that Beato would respond in some way, and Vergilia didn't want to be the one to take that opportunity away from her. Which meant that Balor was being forced to bear with the silence. Until Beato herself answered. Vergilia could no longer bear to watch him like this. And Balor, too, wanted to have a conversation with Vergilia, with faith that their words would reach Beato's heart.
ああ、さっぱりだな。ベアトの立場になって、こうして駒を動かせば動かすほどにわからなくなる。
The successful execution of a serial murder following an epitaph. He was stepping through the games from the witch side, with that as the victory condition. But he just couldn't make it fit with Beato's moves. he could see several incomprehensible moves in the records of their past games that clearly conflicted with that victory condition.
さっぱりわからねえ。こいつの思考を探る旅路はあまりに険しすぎるぜ。
でもあなたは投げ出さないのですね。
ああ、約束した。
Kill me. Let me die.
「俺はこいつを安らかに死なせてやると約束した。そしてそれは俺にしかできない。」
Beato's right ankle was bound with a heavy, cold, steel shackle. It wasn't tied to anything, so it didn't restrict her movement. However, it symbolized restriction. It was a visualization of the restriction that prevented her from leaving the game without either victory or loss. And the shackle was probably hurting her. The mercilessly cold steel shackle was tormenting her over and over inside her waking dream. Oh? So, there was never any relief in her empty expression. Her eyelids would sometimes tremble like she was having a bad dream, and every once in a while, she would let out a pained gasp. Unless I win, Beato will never be released from the curse that prevents her from resting in peace.
良いのですか。第5のゲームはもう始まっているようですよ。
Oh?
興味ね。
Why should I take part in any game without Beato as an opponent? If that's the only alternative, then stepping through past games on a journey in search of Beato's thought process is a much better use of my time. Oh, I see what's going on here. But wait, who's running the game? Of course. Of course.
次のゲームマスターは私がやるわ。依存ある？ないわよね。
依存だらけよ。ベアトは戦いを放棄して人事不正。ベアトの不先輩でゲームオーバーでしょ。
確かにベアとはいろいろとあったんで、今はちょっぴりノックアウト気味。でも戦う気力を失ったわけじゃない。だからつまり、私は介助役ってわけ。わかる？
Beato was lying down on a deck chair, almost as though she was sleeping. However, she wasn't sleeping, and she wasn't awake either. She was nothing more than a living doll who had given up on victory, asked Balor to perform her last rites, and entrusted everything to him. Of course, no fifth game would ever be prepared if everyone just sat around. So Lambda Delta had succeeded Beato as the game master, and proclaimed that she would prepare the next game.
ふざけるな。これは俺とベアトのゲームだぞ。お前ら、どこの誰か知らねえが、勝手に話を進めるんじゃねえ。
If only you knew that this game is not just you and Beato Balor. This game is also Lambda Delta and Burn Castle. Oh, wait. Has the character sheet updated, or is it too early to look at the character sheet? Yeah, I think it's a little bit too early to look at the character sheet, but there might be some adjustments. Yeah, there's some adjustments. Beatrice, the Gold Witch and the Endless Witch, Beato's piece, who represents the Witch Illusion, claims that the entire incident on Rokujima was caused by the Witch Illusion. In the fifth game, she clashes with Burn Castle, who denies this, because she is no more than a piece, and the higher plane version of her has withdrawn from being the game master. she is not in a position to know the truth behind the fifth game. This means she is in a different position than the one she held in previous games. Burncastle, the Witch of Miracles, also known as the witch who knows that miracles don't occur. Participates in the fifth game, has the player opposing Beato. However, from the very beginning, her aim has been to deny the witch illusion. Her only goal is to destroy Beato, and her world has a way to stave off boredom. Though she does deny the witch illusion, she is no ally of Balor's. Ushimiya Balor, the man designated by Beato as her opponent during the first 4 games, discussed how Lambda took over as game master for the fifth game. He is not taking part in it as a player. Lambda, serving as the fifth game's game master in place of Beato, who stepped down from the position in the fourth game. Because of that, the story of the fifth game, while appearing very similar to previous games, is expected to turn out quite differently. Just like Burncastle, she has no love for boredom, and might be a friend or foe to Beato or Burn, depending on the situation. I think everyone else is basically the same. Yeah, I think everyone else is the same. Maybe. What about the human side? Did anyone change in the human side? No, I don't think so. No. Okay, that was the only changes on the character sheets. Okay. Honestly, I love it when the character sheet changes because it's like a little bit of a detail that could be easily missed if you don't check the character sheets. So that's why I really like the character sheets, because they have so many little details that could go unnoticed if you don't constantly check whether or not they've been updated. So yeah, that's why I went ahead and checked the, character sheet at the beginning of this episode, just to make sure I don't miss any details. Well, isn't this awkward? Chester 556, a weapon of the Sisters' Cavalry, which serves Pendragon. Although 556 was a quiet girl who was always being teased, she was loved by everybody. However, luck was not on her side, and she suffered a brutal death in a battle with the Black Witch. She was a state-of-the-art weapon, and added color to the Sisters' Cavalry, which had the strong flavor of an honored guard. 556 was in charge of squad fire support. She shot not to kill, but to protect her allies. Chester 556. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. You were right in front of my face too. You were right in front of my face. Like, it wasn't that I didn't even try to, see that you were added to the character sheet. No, I should have saw that you were added. It was just that I was just too unobservant. I was just so unobservant that I completely glossed over the fact that you're the only character in the witch side that's in red. Yeah, that comment I said while recording this episode of Umineko, that definitely aged quite well.
あんたに意見は求めてないわ。どうすんのベル？受けるの？受けないの？
いいわ。あんたが引き継ぎなさい。
なんだと？ふざけるな！お前ら何者か知らねえが、俺とベアトを無視して勝手に話を進めるんじゃねえ！
落ち着きなさいよ。確かにプレイヤーが変われば察しても変わる。あんたにとっては戸惑うことも多いかもしれないけど、それでも大きなヒントになりうるでしょ？
知らねえよ。勝手なこと言って仕切ってんじゃね
え。ベアとのゲームを4つも繰り返して何もわからないんでしょ？ならプレイヤーが変わるのは大きなヒントになると思うけれど。
大きなお世話だ。これはベアトが用意し、俺を対戦相手に指定した俺たちのゲームだ。どこから湧いてきたのかもしれないお前らにかき回されるのはごめんだ。
ならベアトを起こして次の準備をさせて。できる？
ベアトはしばらく起きねえよ。それに新しいゲームなんて必要ねえ。 あいつがこれまでに出題してきた4つのゲームの譜面だけで十分だ。仮に第5のゲームがあるとしても、それはベアトが出題し、俺に挑むものだけで十分だ。お前らには何の関係もない。
Valor couldn't hide his irritation at these two witches called Lambda Delta and Burn Castle, who had shown up after the game started, and who had started to try and continue it on their own. It looked like these witches were of an even higher rank than Beato. So high, in fact, that even Beato's master, Virgilia, couldn't come close. Valor had the feeling that he'd seen these two several times before. However, this was the first time he had learned their names and spoken to them directly.
ベアトを起こせず、あんたに次のゲームを準備もできない。だから私が次のゲームを用意するわけ。私たちはね、いつ正気を取り戻すかもわからないベアトにいつまでも付き合ってられるほど気が長くないの。ね、ベルン？
退屈はごめんなの。イライラするほどに。
お前が退屈がろうが、俺たちは知ったことじゃね
え。まあまあ、このパーフェクトなラムダデルタ様に任せなさい。私がゲームマスターを引き継ぐ。大丈夫よ。あんまり絶対完璧にはプレイしないわよ。ベアトっぽく、わけのわかんないフェイクや尻尾、ボーナスヒントをいっぱい用意してあげる。ベアトの世界をより理解するための大きなヒントにしてあげるわよ。
Letting my voiceless emotion explode, I slammed the table hard. The two witches barely flinched. One grinned. The other looked indifferent, as though nothing had happened. Obviously, the one grinning is Burn Castle, and the other one looking indifferent is Lambda Delta. The two of them just stared at me silently, as though they were reproaching me.
何？不満？あんたは私による第5のゲームを降りるっての？それって不先輩？
バトラは降りないわよ。もちろん第5のゲームにも参加するわ。
Is he gonna participate through you? Kinda like how Beato is participating through Lambda Delta?
勝手に決めるんじゃねえ。お前らに俺は付き合わない。知ったことじゃない。
ならやっぱり不先輩ってことよね。このゲームは魔女側の勝ち。人間は屈服ってことでお開きでいいかしら。
降りるなら不先輩でゲーム終了だけどいいの？たった一人残された妹が無限の世界のすべてでたどる不幸な境遇を確定させたいのならそれも選択よ。
When Burn Castle mentioned Angie, Valor's expression changed instantly.
てめえ、エンジェのことを気安く口にするんじゃね
え。あなたにこの私、奇跡の魔女ベルンカステルが味方しているからこそ、エンジェにはひょっとしたら家族が帰ってくるかもしれない奇跡の余地が残されてるのよ。あなたが自らそれを捨ててエンジェの無限の未来すべてを不幸なものに確定するのもまた私には一興だけれども。
I vaguely understood what she was saying until I win Beato's game. In Beato's game, I'll remain trapped in this bizarre world. If I abandon victory, then most certainly my parents and I will never return to Angie. For Angie's sake, even though I know that the witches are toying with me, I must keep on fighting.
何 その不満そうな顔。自分の妹をグズグズのひき肉にされた怒り、もう忘れちゃったの？プチプチブチブチ、無数の焼けたペンチで引きちぎって細切れにしていくあの光景。今度はちゃんと真正面で見ないとダメ
？Burn Castle faced the palm of her right hand upwards. This would be my right hand once the footage comes out, but this is actually my real right hand, but it looks like my left hand because the camera switches the, where I'm, it switches the point of view, like mirror view. That makes sense. But yes, this would appear as my right hand when this footage comes out, but this is actually my real right hand, so I'm just gonna hold this hand out. As she did, a pale light gathered there, and some kind of blue glowing crystal appeared there. A fragment. A scene was reflected on its sharp surface. But it wasn't the scene that surrounded them now. If you look deep into that crystal, that fragment, then you would probably learn what was reflected on there. If you stared at it, then you would surely witness that scene where Angie finally reached her beloved brother after devoting 12 years of her life to that goal, only to have her entire body torn to bits while she was still alive. Without thinking, he grabbed at her collar. But as soon as he touched whatever made up her form, it disappeared like foam on the waves. And then, as naturally as though she had been there from the beginning, Burn Castle was leaning against a distant wall.
あなたがゲームを降りるなら、これはかけらでなく確定した現実になる。その未来を紡ぐのは私じゃないわ。あなた自身よ。あなたが決めなさい。最愛の妹の未来をどうしたいのかを。
Oh. Alright. Alright. I can see, where the cat references come from for Burn Castle. I can see where the cat references come from. Because her mouth definitely kind of looks like a cat mouth when she was opening it while talking. And I'm gonna say this now. Seeing her smile is kind of freaking me out a little bit. Because, well, I don't think I exactly trust Burn Castle, and when she's smiling, that means something not good's probably going through her head. Balor's fists shook with anger. But even if he swung them down, he wouldn't be able to hit Burn Castle. Like a cat or a phantom, this witch wouldn't even let him pet her if she didn't wish for it. Like an actual cat. Besides, she's telling the truth. For Angie's sake, I can't step down from this fight. Even if these unpleasant witches hijack the game board.
さすがベルン。脅し方もえぐいわね。そういうことよ、バトラー。あんたにはゲームを降りることなんて許されてないの。あんたもベアトも私たちの退屈を紛らわせるゲーム版の駒でしかない。あんたのそのわけのわかんない怒りやイラつきさえも私たちには退屈を紛らわす最高のお菓子。まあ、その程度の怒りじゃ駄菓子程度だけどね。
30円で2枚入ってるカレー味のポテトせんべい程度ね。
No! I can't tell which I'm more frightened by. Lambda Delta? Or Burn Castle? I can't tell which one I'm more terrified by.
魔女ともねえ
のためにも戦いなさい。そしてベアトのためにもでしょ。
In a way, that was hadamashing, or perhaps babying. Barncastle smiled, tormenting Bowler in a similar way to how something too sweet sometimes gives you a heart headache. The host of this tea party, Beato, was absent now, and the guest witches were already making themselves at home.
どうすんの？後ろ宮バトラー。運命に屈しちゃう？降りちゃいなさいよ。魔女の駒にして遊ばれるなんてもうごめんなんでしょ？ベルンの駒は辛いわよ。きっとあんたもエンジェみたいに使い捨てにされるわよ。
Oh. Wait, is Valor just a piece as well? Wait, is Valor also just a piece?
あなたに降りる選択肢は与えてない。妹の未来のために戦い続けるの。私は味方よ。その未来にたどり着けるよう、あなたが勝利するまでサポートするわ。私が退屈するまで永遠に。
I like the poses they were making. Valor couldn't allow himself to fall for their provocation, and cajolery? Okay, that's the first time I've ever seen that word.
Cajolery.
Cajolery. Coaxing or flattery intending to persuade someone to do something. Valor couldn't allow himself to fall for their provocation and cajolery. These witches knew that he got mad easily, and they were trying to take advantage of that. Valor withstood it all, and finally relaxed his clenched fist.
第5のゲームとやらが始めたいなら勝手にやればいい。好きにしろ。
好きにするわよ。あれれ、どこ行くのよ。
Even though Bowler had acknowledged this fifth game, he turned his back on them, which surprised Lambda Delta a bit.
お前がベアトの代役を務めるってんなら、そこのベルンカステルとかいう魔女が俺の代役を務めるのも勝手だろ。
道理ね。そうじゃないと不先輩になってしまう。
何よそれ。私が作る渾身のエピソード5をあんた無視するっての？失礼しちゃう。
I'm not going to ignore it.
バトラーはしばらく休憩するそうよ。それまでの間、私がプレイヤーの代役を務める。それでどう？バトラー。
そうしやがれ。
She seems to enjoy the idea a little bit too much. Yeah, I do not trust Barncastle. I do not trust her at all.
なーに、ラムダ。間抜けなバトラーじゃなくて、私がプレイヤーだと遊んでくれないの？
そんなわけないわ。ベルンと一緒に遊べて嬉しいわよ。さあさあ、遊びましょう。ラムダデルタ様の超ハイパーでキュートに可愛いエピソード5を一緒に遊びましょうよ。
Alright, let's do this.
一応、ベアトの作った世界なのよ。世界観ぶち壊しにしてないでしょうね。
大丈夫だってば。私そういうのの空気は読める方なのよ。ちゃんとベアトっぽい世界観でもっと面白い物語に仕上げてみせたわ。バトラも休憩終わったら早く戻ってくるのよ。見逃すともったいないわよ。ベアトの秘密に迫れるようなボーナスヒントをたっぷり用意してるんだから。
Oh, alright.
と せかけてミスリード満載で、ますますに煙に巻く気なんだけどね。
I should not trust you for a second.
ちょっと、こらバトラー、魔女の話聞いてんの？
Without answering, Valor disappeared into the darkness. After shrugging and cackling, the witches immediately started playing with the game board they had stolen from Beato. Melody, instrumental version.
あの魔女どもにベアトのゲームは理解できるのか？
同じゲーム版を使う以上、この子にできないことはできません。しかし、この子がやらないことはやれます。
やらないこととは何だ？
チェスの道具はチェスで遊ぶために存在します。それを使ってトランプをすることはできない。しかしチェスの駒を相手に投げつけてぶつけたり、チェス盤に落書きしてみたり、そういう行為をすることも不可能ではありません。しかしそれはチェスに対する冒涜だから誰もやらない。
But witches would. That definitely wouldn't be chess anymore. It looked like Beato's eyes clouded very slightly with sadness.
ふざけやがって。これは俺とベアトのゲームだ。他の誰にも冒涜はさせない。
Hey! Ronove! At that time, gold butterflies gathered, and Ronove appeared, holding a tea set with black tea.
紅茶のおかわりはいかがですか？
もらえるか？
かしこまりました。いかがですか？お嬢様の思考を探る旅は。
さっぱりだが楽しんでるぜ。
しかしよろしいのですか？こちらでくつろがれていても。
あの魔女どもが勝手に進めてるゲームのことか？
ええ。先ほど紅茶をお届けに伺った時にはもう第一の番の殺人が。
What is happening over there?
もうじきその次の殺人も起こりそうな気配でした。
What is happening over there? When Beato and I were playing, the game would be paused whenever someone left their seats. However, those witches wouldn't pause that game just because I wasn't around.
ロノウェは奴らのゲームを見たのか？
一部ではございますが。
どうだった？
Ronove lifted the pot high with an elegant gesture as he poured the tea, black tea. After he was done, he finally spoke, expressing his thoughts in very few words.
愛がありませんな。
愛ってなんだ？
これは失礼。女性風に申し上げるとです。男性風に申し上げるならば義理が通らぬと申しましょうか。
I understood what those words meant. When I met Virgilia's eyes, she shook her head slightly and stared at the floor.
上辺は大変よくお嬢様のゲームに似せていると思います。しかし根本が大きく異なっています。
それはベアトのゲームのルールに反することなのか？
いいえ、反しません。ラムダデルタ様はお嬢様のゲームのルールを実によく理解なされております。しかし
Fowler stood up. There was no need to make Ronove say any more.
バトラク。
ロノウェ、すまない。せっかく入れてもらったけど、 紅茶はいらねえぜ。
やはり参られますか。
ああ、
Here we go.
俺たちのゲームに部外者はいらない。
Dear. Those guys weren't even here in the beginning. Because I've been loafing about, crazier and crazier witches have been introduced. And now they've hijacked this game between me and Beato.
取り返さねえとな。ベアトのゲーム版は今は俺が扱ってるはずなんだ。その俺がここでぼんやりしてるわけにはいかない。
ありがとう。その言葉をこの子に聞かせてやりたかった。
きっと聞こえていますよ。お嬢様はそれにお返事することができないだけです。
Beato lay there, silently, like a living doll with dull eyes. The game board that she had created herself had been hijacked by incomprehensible people and was being turned into a mess. Beato had called on me to be her opponent. Then this game must be something she created for me. I've got to take it back.
待ってろ。俺が取り返してくれ。
Hell yeah! Oh? Of course. Beato didn't respond in any way. That's right. If she can't respond, then I have to protect it in her place.
行ってくるぜ。バルギリア、ロドウェイ、黄金の眠り姫の面倒を頼むぜ。
はい、お任せを。
いってらっしゃい、バトラ君。そしてどうかこの子のいないゲームにてこの子の何かを見つけてあげてください。もしそれを見つけることができたなら、たとえこの子が不在であってもあなたはこの子と戦ってくれたことになる。
そうだよな。ああ、全然ダメだぜ。俺は何をやってるんだ。
Let's go. And let's take it back.
魔女ども、待たせたな。俺の休憩は終わりだぜ。
When he faced the jet black heavens and yelled this, the whole world shattered as though it were made out of thin glass. Then, as though it had been that way since the beginning, it transformed into that smoking room where Battler had fought Beato so many times, and which the two witches had now hijacked.
なにあんた、
Taking this game back from you.
今頃戻ってきたの？超遅すぎ。もうゲームは2日目どころか大詰めも大詰めよ。
バトラがいつまでも来ないから私が勝手に進めちゃったわ。
Yeah, like you ever even waited for me in the first place.
ゲルはあんたよりずーっと頭が冴えてて痛快だったわよね。
うるせえ。プレイヤーは俺だ。代役の魔女どもは引っ込んでる。
別に今から参加しても構わないけど、もう出番ないわよ多分。
確かに。だってもうクライマックスもクライマックス。これで多分ベルンが詰めてゲームセットだもの。
なんだと。
いいんじゃない？最後の罪くらい見物しても。
そうね。おいでなさい、後ろ宮バトラ。もうほとんどおしまいだけど、私の作ったキュートでエレガントなゲーム、エピソード5 End of the Golden Witch.
The name drop. Oh! Alright, what's your game, Lambda? I want to see what's this game? What? Oh, I see. So the first Twilight was Jessica, Hideyoshi, George, Maria, Rosa, and Genji. This is an interesting first Twilight, what the heck? Shibuya Jessica. Corpse discovered in the cousin's room on the upper floor of the guest house. The direct cause of death is unknown, but her neck was sliced open by a sharp blade. The wound was deep enough that anyone could easily confirm her death with absolute certainty. Ushirimiya Hideyoshi. Corpse discovered in a guest's room on the first floor of the mansion. He had been pierced through the back with a demon stake. Its tip reached as far as his lungs. Because he was lying face down on the bed, suicide must be ruled out. Oshimiya George. Corpse discovered in the cousin's room on the upper floor of the guest house. The direct cause of death is unknown, but his neck was sliced open by a sharp blade. The wound was deep enough that anyone could easily confirm his death with absolute certainty. Ushirimiya Rosa. Corpse discovered in the cousin's room on the upper floor of the guest house. The direct cause of death is unknown, but her neck was sliced open by a sharp blade. The wound was deep enough that anyone could easily confirm her death with absolute certainty. Same thing for Maria. What about Genji? Roe Genji. Corpse discovered in the servants' quarters on the first floor of the mansion. The direct cause of death is unknown, but his neck has been sliced open by a sharp blade. The wound is deep enough that anyone could easily confirm his death with absolute certainty. Wait, hold on. Okay. This is a weird setup. Because all the cousins but Balor is dead. Every cousin but Balor is dead. And the cousins died in the guest house? Because of someone slicing them with a sharp blade? And Rosa is also dead in the cousin's room? Where's Balor? Where the hell is Balor? And why was Rosa in there? Did they kick Balor out? Or was he in the bathroom during this? That's kind of suspicious. That's kind of suspicious there. Alright, let's see what happened. The second day, October 5th, 1986. Huh. So we're just going right into this, huh? I would like for some context, but maybe that's what this fifth game is going to show. The context behind what happened. Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. Oh. This was the worst Twilight for Ava, because both her husband and George are dead. Dead ankle. Right now, no humans exist on this island, except for those in this parlor. And with one exception, it has been shown that none of them have committed murder. And the culprit is among these people.
Oi oi. となると決定的じゃねえか。
魔女が犯人で魔法で殺人を犯したわけでない限り、あんたなの？あんたがジョージを、主人を殺したの？
Wait, where's Klaus?
どうしてよ？どうして？私は殺していません。私は何も。
In a panic, and with a voice that couldn't really be called flowing, in a manner that was, to put it coldly, unsightly, Aunt Nancy denied the suspicion placed upon her. However, there was no longer any way around it. The girl stood up, brushed back her long hair, pointed at Aunt Nancy, and said it one more time. Oh!
あなたが犯人です。
Hello?
後宮夏日さん。
Are you a new character? Well, obviously that's a new character because I've never seen her before, but what? Interesting. Where did she come from? Ah! Oh, this is a new opening! Hell yeah! That scared me. That actually scared me. Alright, here we go. Umineko no Nakokoro ni Chiru. This opening's bumping. I like the focus on Rudolph's chest in that image. Front and center. Ooh. Okay, this new character seems to be very important. But I don't know what exactly she's going to be doing. But I'm excited to see. I'm really excited to see. Oh, there were the witches. Oh. Okay, Natsui seems to be in high suspicion. She seems to be in high suspicion, but I didn't pin her to be the main culprit, though. Interesting. Is that the direction they're trying to go for, though? That might be the direction. I think Natsui's being framed. I don't know, maybe she could be the overarching culprit, but... would she be? Huh, that was interesting symbolism. Ah! Haha! Oh, man. Oh, man. Alright. Alright. And that was the introduction to the answer arcs of Umineko no Nakukori ni. Oh, man. Return. Magic of Miracles. Thunberg Lily. But before I get to, seeing what's going on here, I might as well do my first save in this half of the game. I think I'm done recording for today, but honestly, I'm really excited to see where the answer arcs bring us. Like, there's 4 more games. And from this first game, it seems like we're being introduced to a new character, as well as we're seeing that Natsui's being the one who's being pinned to be the culprit. And I'm gonna say this now. I'm gonna deny that. For first thing, she's the first person that they're pointing fingers to, and it's usually not the first person that you point fingers to who's the culprit. So going by that setup, I don't think it's Natsui. And the second thing is, I can't think of any theories as to, how and why she would commit, the massacre of Rokonjima. I can't think of any theories. Like, if they were pointing their finger at Rosa, well, yeah, I can definitely make up a theory for that. You saw from last video. But Natsui, I can't really think of anything. So, this is a very interesting board. And hopefully we get to learn the context behind what's going on here. Because without the context, I have no clue what's going on. So I really hope they show us the context as to, why the finger's being pointed at Natsui and who this strange girl that's suddenly there, who she is, yeah. Huh, yeah, that's very intriguing. Like, there's a new person on the board for which... does that make them the 18th person, technically? Did they just add in an 18th person? Wait, is that allowed? Is that allowed? You could add in an 18th person? Because the setup was, it's a mysterious island with 17 people alive, and one of them is the killer. But they're introducing an 18th person. Is that allowed? Apparently it must be, because they're playing by Beato's setup and rules, but I'm not for sure. Since also their game is technically a disgrace to Beatrice's game by how they're, just adding whatever they want to the board. So maybe it's not allowed, but disgracefully allowed? I don't know. But anyways, yeah. This is the beginning of my dive into the latter half of Umineko, the answer arcs. And this is where the truth will be told. And the time where the seagulls shall prepare their throats to let out their shrill cries once more.
Okay.